Welcome to this chat. We're going to discuss all kinds of topics in the creative space. While we're doing this, I thought it would be a fun idea to create something, so let's try out how this goes. I'm not creating anything special, I'm just letting my hands do whatever they want. I use Freeform crochet as my main technique, since it's such a free and accepting technique. It suits the beginner as well as the advanced practitioner. If you haven't tried it yet, I really encourage you to give it a try. I like to create different kinds of projects, and I love it when different techniques merge together as one project. Even if I oftentimes want to freeform crochet, it can morph into something else along the way. I do not know what this is going to be, but it doesn't matter, because I just want to create something with my hands. Now let's shift colors. This can be a fun way to alternate your crochet project. I'm just starting to crochet with the second color, so it's not that complicated. I'll do a couple of what I call the pillar stitch. I've actually created a video about this stitch if you want to check that out. You just spin the yarn a couple of times around your hook and then pull through all the loops. Freeform crochet is quite time consuming, but it's really fun and you get to train all sorts of skills. But this has come to be the craft that I love. Since I've only just started with stop motion, I think that this is going to be the path that I will take further along my journey. Now it's time to start planning out the project. This is one of the most fun parts of any freeform crochet project. To connect the units, I'm going to create an outline. And I'm creating some half double crochets for this. As you can see, you will practice the increase and decrease quite a lot when you're doing a freeform crochet project like this. Now I just start crocheting on the next unit. This is what I love the most, being able to educate, and also I get to crochet really weird and fun stuff that would have been impossible to sell, but now I use it to create props for my stop motion videos. Let's add some red into the mix. Now let's try and create some kind of outline. It's so relaxing to just sit and crochet whatever you want. Crochet is the best way to daydream, I think. Let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. You get to think about all sorts of things when you crochet. I think I'm gonna go with some small round shapes, like this. My mom told me that I learned to crochet when I was 4 years old. Drawing and crafts was always my favorite creative work since I was a little kid. I've been curious and creative since as long as I can remember. But my creativity wasn't always encouraged, and I didn't always believe that I can do this for a living. I think I'm not alone in this. As a child, you might be encouraged to follow your passion, but as soon as you grow up, people will start to treat you differently. I think I'm gonna add some black to the mix because I think the project will pop a bit if it has a contour, so to speak. So I'll just outline all of these circles that I made. If you're talented and want to do this as more than a hobby, you can be quite sure that people are going to try to talk you out of it, out of good intentions. And it's not even their fault. They just project their own fear onto you and try to save you from future failure and embarrassment. Okay, so I've outlined all the pieces and now it's time to start assembling them. So let's just sketch out where they're supposed to be. When you start to assemble units in a freeform crochet project, you can do it in a variety of ways actually. What I've learned this far is that the best thing you can arm yourself with as a creator is a thick skin and an understanding that people would love to pursue their own dreams as well, but can't because of fear of the unknown. A fear that you don't have, since being able to trust and leaping into the unknown is one of the most sought after traits in the avant-garde artist. If you want to pursue a creative career, you have to prepare yourself for a cascade of people with good intentions and people who don't want to see you get hurt trying to pursue your dream. You have to learn these things in order to survive. If you're an artist, you might already be sensitive, so believe these things can and will be true for you. You have to be ready to be laughed at and humiliated just because you want to pursue your dream and become an artist in the world. I usually keep a long end of yarn so that I can use it for assembly later. I prefer to either stitch them together like this or crochet them together. It depends on the project. Think back to when you were a kid. In what way were you weird as a kid? This is where your genius zone lies as an adult. You have to be able to truly embrace your weirdest traits. This is where the pot of gold lies at the end of the rainbow. Believe that your creativity is needed in the world. I'll just crochet one round to make the work sturdier. Now you can see that the work is quite sturdy and nice. Now let's try to measure out a design. I use yarn to help me visualize the design. And now let's create some petals. I want to create some flower petals of some sort. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going with the double crochets here, and when I get to the top, I'm going to increase quite a lot because I want to create a round shape. Okay, here I created a couple of more petals and I think they turned out quite nice. Maybe a leaf or something like this. And I want something there, I don't really know what yet. So here I've made a couple of chains and I'm creating a loop kind of. Let's do some single crochets here. And now let's measure it so we can see how it will fit. And let's do the single crochets on both sides of the chain. It's so relaxing to just sit down and crochet a couple of stitches here and there. You don't have to think about what it's going to be if you don't want to. Now I'm going to do some treble crochets because I want this petal to be a bit thicker. And here I have to decrease quite a lot in order to make the petal have the curvature that I want. And here's the final result. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.